I did ponder a few things, and so I wanted to start with something I've been pondering,
Lovely.
thinking about this conversation with you. I want to talk about faith, doubt, and prayer. And I wanted to share some kinds of faith first that have been in my life, kind of woven through my life, through time. And the first faith is represented, I think, really beautifully by a quote from Mukti that I ran across recently, which said that faith is taking refuge in the unknown. And it's so beautiful, it's kind of a resting in faith. And I took it to mean faith is trust, trusting in the unknown. When I was growing up, we used a phrase called let go and let God. And that was sort of our way of saying the same thing. Also growing up, it seemed like the faith we had in our family was something we stood in. We were rooted in something, in a faith, and facing the unknown as things would come towards us, good, bad, or indifferent. And in that way, faith grew in me as a commitment to something, a commitment to facing the unknown.
Yeah.
And then a third kind of faith came with training with my Aikido teacher from Japan, Ano Sensei. And when we would be training, he would use this phrase, Maimuki ni. And it can mean a lot of different things, but when he would say it in training, Maimuki ni would mean stepping directly forward into the unknown, again and again.
Beautiful phrase.
Yeah. And then he would often say kokoro, which is heart. And I feel that he meant not just heart, but courage. And so in this way, faith is a courage to step into the unknown. So I have these three faiths, I would say, that have supported me, supported not only the difficulties of life, but also the spiritual path. And so I wanted to open up a space for you and I to talk about faith.
Yeah.
What is faith, and how does that work?
Well, I think it's an interesting question, isn't it? Because for each of us, it seems like faith means something different to each of us. We all have our own unique way of experiencing faith. I really love the way, like that you mentioned, your experience of it, and growing up in sort of a family that could hold that kind of space, which is itself kind of unusual, and I think it's a real gift. One of the things that I really, when you were talking, that I noticed that you didn't say, which is one of the things that I think a lot of us grow up with, an idea of faith is in an idea, or in a doctrine, or in a person, maybe whether they're current or someone long ago dead. And that often plays into our experience of faith. I think as human beings, we have an intrinsic draw to or even need to have faith even in something tangible, whether it's a person. It could even be a parent or a friend or a teacher or lots of things. But I also found it really interesting because I really resonated with your kind of experience of faith in terms of faith in the unknown. I've always thought that that's what faith really is. You know, I've often thought that some of us grow up with the idea of faith as basically faith in a certain doctrine or something outside of ourselves, is actually a kind of lack of faith. You know, it's kind of it's a way of covering up the unknown quality of our lives, and saying I can have faith in something that kind of protects me from the unknown. But what you mentioned, I thought, is so interesting because it felt like when you said it, it felt like almost a way of stretching into the unknown, of actually being really willing to let the unknown qualities of our lives just be what they are, let them be unknown, let them not have a big system of thought that we're interfacing all those moments with, but to kind of be able to meet them more directly. I know in my own life that was a trajectory of being able to encounter the unknown more and more directly, without the need to even understand it.
Yeah.
You know, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, is it going to be okay, or and of course the bigger questions of faith as well.